Hello, folks. Good evening, or good morning, or good day. Good whatever time it is in your time zone. That might actually be really annoying with that chat placement, I just realized. And do I have another setup? Maybe I need to make a new scene. Good midnight. So you are 4 hours ahead of me. Where do we want chat? Maybe we put chat on just the other side. There's probably gonna be stuff there. I guess I can have two scenes. Give me a moment. Just gotta figure this out. I haven't done this in a while. This one. That's there. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have chat in roughly the same place for the two scenes. We're going to have this scene, which is in-game, and then we're going to have a, let's see, we'll put you, like, just above the timeline. It's probably okay. So, yeah, we're going to have the scene. I'm currently in the flashback timeline editor, which is mod that is used for making clips for generally time lapses in Minecraft. And then we're gonna have another scene, which should probably move up, which is this, which is my full secondary screen, which has got my DaVinci Resolve on it. Hopefully you can hear properly between these. And yeah, the idea is we're going to try to make an intro out of the big teleporter build. I have a bunch of stuff on that already, but I don't have enough, and I certainly don't have it adapted to this timeline. So we'll figure it out. But the way, I guess I can start by sort of explaining my process for this. Also, because I'm using like my two screens for this, I have much less of my stream stuff up that is normally around. Like all my streaming windows on YouTube and Twitch and stuff are not there. So I will not see if something goes horribly wrong. Hopefully I'll notice anyway. Had people chatting on YouTube, but YouTube is now saying there's 0 concurrent users, 0 chat rate, and 0 views. That doesn't entirely sound correct. Good, we're gonna. And now it's saying, okay, there we go. Stream is running. Okay, still saying 0 on all counts. I think I caught a glimpse of After Effects. You did not. I've stopped using all Adobe products. But also, it's going to mean that we're going to have to turn off the stream music. Let's switch back to the other scene. So here, this is my current video project. It's in DaVinci Resolve. There's no After Effects involved. We'll be using Resolve, and we'll be using Flashback. That's pretty much the two things we're going to use. And I have set up this timeline, which is basically the starting in text countdown and the music and the music overlay, as you can probably hear. I hope that is going out reasonably on stream. It looks like it's going out on stream. But I'll play this and sort of give you sort of a feel, I guess, for what the music is going to be here. There's 5 tracks. My intent here is to have the last track that starts with about 2 minutes left be just looks on the finished system. But then I have 4 tracks, and I don't exactly know. The intro probably should be wide shots of the area and stuff going into the thing. But I guess I'll play a little bit of the start of this just without anything. Because there's no video at all at the moment here. There's only overlay and audio.
Excuse me. Did I walk into your path? Did I stop your heart from beating? Take away your breath. I knew it. From the moment we first met, there was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me out. So take me out. Open up this.
So there's sort of the style. Where's the music from? I don't know if it's from anywhere. It's this guy called CJ Bairds, who makes a bunch of music that is available for online use, essentially. And I use a bunch of his music, but I usually use the instrumental versions because I don't want lyrics in this music that's playing when I'm talking and when, you know, this audio on stream. So the way I usually do this is I sort of map out the beats of the music and where I want different stuff before I even go in and make the clips. And so there's this intro, which is sort of, it builds in like 3 steps. So like, I think it's here. It's like really, yes. Current playing song is song name. Yes, indeed. Because their stream is not playing any music. But yeah, there's also on my website, there's also that music page, which has links to a bunch of the artists that I use. Some of this stuff is also from Epidemic Sound, which is a sort of creator-facing licensing service for music. But yeah, currently the text thing is here rather than at the top of the screen because we're making a thing for the intro of the stream. And we're going to be running without music for a bit because I'm, you know, stuff is going to be timed to this music. So we might beat this up, mark a bunch of stuff for timing, and then turn the stream music on, so turn the project music off, work for a bit, and then try it again and see. But the start is here. That's our first marker.
Excuse me.
Part of me wants to have like a really zoomed in view on me for the excuse me part. I don't know if that makes sense. We figure out where the sort of scene switches are.
Excuse me.
Can I beat mark this? Show music beats. Some artists have just decided to vanish off the internet. This is true from that page. I have tried to update some of the links, but the licenses that they used before they vanished off the internet were like, you have to include this specific link. So I can't update it either. This is not the correct beat. Is it?
Did I walk into your path? Did I stop your heart from beating? Take away
Oh yeah, maybe it is.
your breath. I do it.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I did not think that was the beat. Okay, cool. Interesting.
Excuse me. Did I walk?
So that would probably be the first scene switch. That's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do either there. My hand is offset by, by a key on the keyboard. That explains a few things. This is 4 seconds and 4 frames long. And usually what ends up happening is this about approximate length of clip is kind of what is good.
Walk into your path. Did I stop?
Because what you want to do in general is like cut with the beat. Oh, interesting. The beat is not frame aligned. So that is... Wait, what? Oh, right. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. The song has this little preamble before the first beat.
Walk into your path. Did I stop your heart from beating? Take away.
Actually, not entirely sure here.
Take away your breath. I do.
This certainly is sort of where something big starts. Like so. The music sort of scales up there, and that's the first like drum beat of the song, which is probably sort of where the actual dig starts. I've been doing some audiovisual stuff, and I noticed that on occasion it's cool to let the visual not coincide with the beat. Of course, all rules are there to be broken, right? But it's a generally kind of, you get a really good feel for it after a while, and usually it's really good. Like, what you can say is, if you just play music and there's a drum beat, you get a sort of feel for the song. If you do like visual things that match up with the drum beat, the drum beat will feel stronger. And generally the cuts will feel kind of natural. It will feel like there's a flow to it. We know this is sort of where it kicks off for real. And that is 32 seconds in. It's exploring if it's always to beat. If it's always like exactly the same length, then definitely. What I feel like is often the case is people will cut to a very predictable beat. Rather, we could, for instance, do this. Exactly what I have lined up in the markers here, right? Where we have like 4 clips here, then a really long clip, and then another. The cut is still on the beat, but it's less predictable exactly how, exactly when the cut is going to happen if you're just watching through it once. I don't think I want to do that here, but it's definitely the case somewhere here, right? And it also doesn't have to be a cut. One thing I really like to do sometimes, it's harder in flashback than it was in replay mod, I've noticed, but it's to do a kind of rapid camera move to a beat instead, which can be really cool. So you're panning somewhere and then you like turn the camera much faster at the beat. That can be quite cool. But I think maybe something like this is pretty good. Marker 5 is probably sort of dig starts. Or do we start here even? Do I have... No, I don't. I'm going to have to click there. Okay. So the way this is set up is this clip that so I can go... it this way? That was the wrong way. I never remember these shortcuts. This clip is one of the ones I used for the I don't know, the last video I made in the server. And it starts here, right? It starts where I've already dug out this square that sort of represents part of where all the blocks, part of where it's going to be dug. But that means I've already set up a beacon and stuff. So it might be cool to include setting up the beacon too. Like even when I dig down, I don't know if I go back like here. What's the difference between flashback and replay mod? They're two different mods that generally have the same base. Okay, let's, you know what? Let's mute the track with the soundtrack in the project and let's turn on our stream music again. That's the song we just had, I think. The editors inside the mods are quite different. I find Flashback has a lot of these like options and stuff and lets you override a bunch more stuff. It's also much more fluid and the UI feels a lot more sort of modern. It has some drawbacks, especially when it comes to this kind of stuff. For somebody who's not used to it, getting into Flashback with how you set up the video timeline to generate the clip is probably much easier because you do stuff like this. You set camera keyframes and you set these, which are time-lapse keyframes. So I just like here's a time-lapse at 0 seconds and this 5 seconds. So this whole thing is going to play for 5 seconds and generate a 5-second clip. The way replay mod works is the focus is the output time of the clip, and then you pin in like times there, which when it's really important when something happens is actually a better way to sync up stuff. So that is sort of my one gripe with Flashback. Otherwise, it's just like a newer thing made by a different person that just seems to be better at a lot of things. It can also include, it can render audio into your clips, and you can override like, yeah, I like it to be day, or like you do field of view stuff, roll camera, change the weather, a lot of the sort of quality of life stuff for videos. But yeah, so maybe what I want to do here is a clip where I actually like dig this out, set up the beacon, although it's going to be really tight. But to begin with, we have these clips. I could actually even start like over here. We could fade in. I want to fade in before. Maybe we start like a second before this. We fade in, and then the sort of song starts with "Excuse me." And I think what I want to do is I want like a wide shot, like something like this, for the first one. And maybe a second one is like a view along the sewers. It's like going through here. What's the time of these actually now? Oh, I'm showing the wrong scene also. This is going to happen a lot. These are 3 and 3/4. Here's this stuff is what I want to sort of show, sort of this view. There's a bunch of cool stuff around that ultimately ends up sort of connecting to the station. And so it would be cool to show the environment of what's happening. And also we just need much more video material. So like, there's this whole thing. If you want to view up, could do like a pan like this. Oh, I hate the mountain half-built thing in the background, but that's not much to do about that. Okay, so probably new scene. This is another thing that Flashback has that replay mod doesn't. It's the ability to sort of manage scenes separately. Like replay mod has like a load and save keyframes, but it's a much more robust system for it in Flashback. Maybe never used markers in Resolve. Maybe I should start. Depends on what you're doing. When I do this type of stuff where I'm actually timing up video cuts to audio and stuff, I use a ton of markers. When I make my news videos, markers are the sections, and then I have a script to export them from Resolve into the format where it fits in the description. So we call these intro 1. And I add a camera. And so what I want to do now is I need keybinds for these scenes. It's probably want this to be 1, so that is, well, probably not actually. Because that's exactly 2 seconds, so I will want this marker to be at 1 second then. And then that clip is just over 5 seconds. So what I'm thinking is, it's always nice to sort of have the sun behind stuff. It's a good angle here. The best angle is sort of here, I think. But I think possibly we need like a... First of all, it needs to be like here. At sunset. Which way does it set? It sets over there. I guess we could do the override time thing too. So, time of day. Doesn't have to be this time here. Can I just do this? Like something like there is very nice. Aha, cool. And I believe if I just, well, we can figure that out. So then we probably do like this view or something. Just set a camera keyframe there. And at this point, I don't think I want a time lapse. At this point, I just want sort of real time. So this is at this tick, whatever that is. Okay, that's pointless. It's at 27:50. So I guess if I make like an 8-second clip or something, and we're gonna do that. And I kinda, okay. 3, 3, 5, 6, 8. Minus 3, 3, 4, 2, 1. That's 147 ticks. And I guess what I want then is this plus 147. Like that. So if we do this now, sun will be slowly rising. Okay, so we can export that. Yeah, let's just do the thing right away. It's fine, I guess. There's a bug in this combo of flashback and iris, or the shader pack I'm using also, which is means the first frame is garbage. But we can figure that out as we go. We can just cut away one frame. So, go back here. I can find my video files. Show 01. So I want it starting here. And if you look at the first frame, it's quite bad. So get rid of them. And I probably want to fade this in over the second. Looking really stationary. So quite possibly I don't want to use like the very start. One thing I think is different between replay mod and flashback is the exact sort of spline interpolation, which means the camera like really smoothly soft starts, which means the camera movement in the very start and very end of a spline is really slow, which is sometimes nice and sometimes not. Depends on sort of what you want to do. Why is this beacon disappearing? Okay, can I not have the beacon disappear, please? So maybe we'll use more of this clip anyway on the start. Oh boy, okay. Disappears here. So if I don't want that to be visible, I need that to be the last frame. Okay, so we're almost using all of it anyway. Okay, well that's fine. That was a good reason to have more video, right? I try to always make my video clips much longer than what I actually need. It's because this kind of stuff. There's almost always some little visual glitching. I think that works. And then the second one, they're weirdly not. Why are these not equally long? The sub beat is different, I guess. Or something. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm just... That's 3:44. That's 3 seconds 44 frames. This is 3 seconds 47 frames. Oh, it's in the middle of it. So I guess it's... But it... What? 45, 47. Why do you not let me... Huh? Timeline settings. That's 60. Now I'm very confused. Might be imperceptible? Sure. Oh, is it because it's... Because I've managed to put the input in start and end at the same tick and it doesn't allow me. No, it literally does not allow me to put... I can put it on every other... What? Is it because there's a marker there? No. This particular frame is just not allowed. Huh? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Hopefully we'll be able to actually cut the clip where we want it. What the heck? Anyway, they're probably quite the same. So they're about 3 seconds, 3/4 of a second. We sort of want 4 clips of for the intro, I guess, which is at least 2 clips up here. At least 1 clip down here. Probably just 1. It's such a cool build. And then considering a clip of me arriving, which I think is I'm come walking across the bridge, and then like figure out the rest. So probably I am going the wrong seat. You're gonna have to tell me, chat, if you're interested in this stuff. You see in intro 2. I'm gonna need a camera at the very least. What? Hello? Where's... Oh, I'm zoomed in. Sort of this, I guess, is what I want. I don't... We might need a... I might want a top-down thing or something. I don't know. Don't want the bad... Go like this. Oh wow, the tower wasn't even done at this point. Because I want this view that I showed before of like sun over tower. But if I go from view of like sun setting, I guess it was, or no, sun rising over town, and then immediately to this view, I think it's gonna look really weird. Maybe we do the sewers clip, because this is I love this types of like tunnel views. Just like start here. I don't really need anything other than the camera track here, I think. And this, I think, well, I really don't know how far this should go. I might just make a 10-second thing, something. You see there how slowly it starts? Like, you can set it to linear and stuff too, but not really worth it. I think this is fine. Yeah, I think I just answered your question. But yes, I could do linear here. But it's like it's not necessarily so easily accessible. And also something feels off in exactly how the linear ones feel. And it's probably just because linear very rarely feels good. But that felt very jerky, but that might have just been a... Yeah, that was just a glitch. Playback. Let's just export this. We can grab whatever piece of it is the best. And then maybe did like this angle of the tower. Is that interesting? No, it's not. Excuse me. Maybe from down like street level is cool. Yeah, that could be pretty cool. New scene. Actually, after some of my feedback, wait, it's not preferences. Is it in the vanilla keybinds? Oh yeah. This is an old version, I guess. He added a bunch of keybinds for after some of my feedback. After just like the first time I switched to flashback, I left a bunch of feedback. It's quite awkward to do a lot of heavy work in this very quickly, which is sort of what I need because I'm doing all of these clips one after the other generally, right? Right there, maybe. And I sort of want... Ideally, it had me running past here or something, but I don't think I was at this... I was here. That's fine. Thank you, Sorge. Thank you so much for the 14 months of support. Appreciate that. Can the ramp up be adjusted to, or only the pre-made smooth and linear? I mean, it is sort of only what you have here, but there is like ease in, ease out. Hermite spline. Actually, what is Hermite? No, it's just one thing. So you can pick between a bunch of different options, but timing curves and resolve are very customizable. Oh, you mean if I was gonna export like a really high FPS thing and then time it in resolve? That's 100% not worth it. Like, this is absolutely good enough tool for this. Okay, so at this point, I've already dug. Intro of 4. So I want to go back then until here I am. Okay, cool. Okay, I kind of want the last shot being one of me sort of arriving. I guess I teleported in, right? Low heavy gassed. No, I'm there now. Where did I come from? Where did I go? Where did I come from? Lime. I did... Okay, hold on. It came out of the sewers? What the hell? Plumber slicedlime. It's me, Lime. No, this is incredibly weird. I just sort of show up here. Okay. Zoom in. Okay, now I'm not here. Yeah, I do come up. I do come from the sewers. That's actually kind of cool. Because then I could have the shot of the sewers could have... or even... Okay, I come from down here. That makes sense. Right. Because I sort of scouted out the area here and how it connected to here. That Mario joke was a little too easy. Like, too predictable. Wait, why did I toss it? Oh, right. Couldn't get up here normally. Okay, so here. All right. Actually, it's kind of nice to do like a 1-2 cut, because I've like wide shot of city, cut of sewers, another shot of city, cut of me leaving the sewers. That could be nice. So we want a camera here, keyframe here. All of this stuff that I'm doing by clicking here should, for a properly good workflow, be keybinds. I should like do none of that. Although I guess it's not very interesting to see me just vanish off into a hole in the wall. But if I can get the text to be sort of visible, then maybe it's fine. Ugh. No, 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 no. Okay, maybe it's just like me leaving from a more wide angle shot, which makes it quite similar to the other shot though. Really close and with wide FOV. I was sort of thinking the opposite. Okay, you could pull down field of view to 1. That isn't entirely close up from the ground of yourself getting out of the ground. Oh, I see what you see. Yeah, yeah. Okay. What's my field of view here? It's probably 80. This is a little high generally. Maybe 60 is good. This is 38 something. We want a little bit of margin, so maybe there. Might move this back a little bit. That probably works. So what I'm finding at this point is I am making more clips than I intended for this point in the video, which is fine. It's sort of a back and forth. Because I don't have it like storyboarded or anything. I don't have the full thing scripted out, if you will. It kind of makes sense that I adjust it on the fly, if you will. But we're coming up on our first break, folks. So we're gonna take that. There will be ads playing on Twitch. If you don't have Twitch Turbo and you're not subbed to the channel, if you don't want the ads, you can get some fun clips instead by subbing to the channel or getting Twitch Turbo. And then we'll continue from here, and hopefully make a little bit more progress and get a first look at how it will look in the actual project with the timing and the music and everything. You're saying something like this. I don't know. I don't think a really wide field of view. I do like this angle though. The other thing I could do is just like do here and watch me go over the bridge. But anyway, we'll be back in 3-4 minutes. Feel free to step away, fill up your drinks, grab some snacks, and we'll be right back. This. Now I should be able to get on here. Yes, and now I can mine downwards. Ow! Okay. Oh my god, immediately trolled. So good. Okay. Monster Hunter. Get in. 72 pearls. All right, let's look at some stats because that was fun. 72 pearls thrown. We mined 900 acacia logs and 155 oak logs. 95 hay bales. All of that traded. 2.49 luck. Wow. That's astoundingly awful. Okay, all right. Preemptive on you.
Shifty was shimmying to the music.
All right, never mind. Up. Come on. Come on, Shifty. Come on, Shifty. We gotta move.
I did neither see or hear a ghast. Did you? Yeah.
Yes! I did! What have we got here? Not much by the looks of things, but surface coal. Oh, yikes.
Here is your Minecraft refund. Also, please check in with HR on Monday.
Oh, thank you, Mojang, for the dono. Refund, I mean. Fantastic. Thank you. Why are you all like leaving now? Come on. I just want to milk you. I promise. I mean, also maybe, you know, never mind. It'd be helpful if if these cows had leather, though. Where'd the rest of them go? Cocoa bean up here. Come on. 3 cows, 9 steak, no leather. 4 cows, 12 steak, no leather. Oh my god, what? 5 cows, 14 steak, no leather. Plus all the... Alright, we back. We got some snacks. Maybe we want to go here. I'm going to actually set this up to see sort of how it looks. And I'm not going to use the audio tracks for any of these. Well, I like that. Don't like the startup though. Acceleration is still super visible. That's better. Maybe I should have just render these linear, but and do I want more of this like shulker building being on the sun, or more of the... Yeah, probably more like here. So I've rendered a lot more than I need, but it's to be able to sort of pick whatever feels best in the actual edit. Okay, so what we've ended up with is much more of a sort of story of what is actually happening than I had intended. I had intended for it to be just overview of the town. But now it's like, hey, look at me exiting the sewers, which I didn't even know that was where I came from. But apparently that's where I came from. So music controls where? I'm gonna pause this. Sure, because I'm gonna turn on this music again. It's much louder, so just warning.
Excuse me. Did I walk into your path? Did I stop your heart from beating? Take away your breath. I knew it. Did I walk into? Did I walk into?
It's fine. What I found immediately is I do not like the early fade in. Maybe fade in.
Excuse me.
Still don't like it.
Excuse me.
The countdown starts before the actual thing because there's a bunch of like glitchiness that happens on the very start about start of playing a video in OBS sometimes, whereas like the audio takes a little second to catch up sometimes and stuff. So I like to have a little bit of just nothing at the very start of my countdowns. This is DaVinci Resolve. This is DaVinci Resolve Studio, I think the name for it. It's the full version of the software. There's also a free version, which is really powerful still. But it's a video editing software and compositor and audio editor and visual effects editor all in once. Oh, and color grader. So we need to have a clip of me popping out of the sewers and then a clip of me sort of starting to dig, I think.
From the moment we first met, there was light.
In my head, the shot was of you getting out of the ground against the background of the rising sun with the camera so close that there's my part of the character in the frames supposed to enjoy the view. I think in reality I run off almost immediately because I'm on a mission. I'm heading across the bridge and it's middle of the night. Not that. But we can. So I pop out of the ground and just close the hatch and immediately go across the bridge. So I think like we could start here. I'm doing the thing again. We could start here and do like I'm popping up here. I think it's better to do this angle because that's where I'm heading. If we want to do a slow thing with only one clip, then the thing would be to frame it sort of here, slowly pan up to here as I pop up and then walk around here. So what I'm doing, which I didn't show because I didn't have the right scene selected, was I pop out from here and then I walk around this way and then over the bridge. So what we need is showing them here, and then showing that I dig down here. Sorry, it's often hard for me to tell you once you show something in the other scene. If I'm talking about what's happening and that you're seeing nothing going on in the editor, this is probably a pretty good indication. But here's how it looks. I come up here and I like close the hatch and then immediately run. But it's quite a, it's a sizable amount of time. Okay, so that marker should be there blatantly, because that's when there's sort of an escalation in music goes zoom. And then I need another cut there. So what I want here is basically this whole like rising steps of the music because sets up for the dig beginning. Are you using your stream recordings or did you make one just for this? Stream recordings. You slow out the jumping out with flashback for epicness. I could. Let's do this actually. So we don't really need much. Slow-mo is underused in Minecraft time lapses. They can be super effective. I don't think I need, and I want one right now though, because it's sort of the intro, and we'll have a bunch of good stuff later for like digging and blocks popping out and like particles and stuff. Those are usually pretty cool. But what I'm thinking right now is this section is all of this. A longer clip of me popping out of here and then crossing the bridge. And then this is like there's also this little like blip in the music. There would be, those are really fun to like actually do like a glitch cut in. So I think the first section is me walking across the bridge. Probably another one sort of top down, maybe a spinning down move of me actually digging down. And then the last little bit there is of setting up the beacon. And then maybe what we do is we glitch cut from it, me starting to build it, to it being fully built. I meant, did you record a video of you touring the world, or are the clips from the streams? This is from the very start where I started building the, where we started digging. So like, this isn't, I'm lost. Here. There's nothing beneath, right? The station doesn't exist yet. I did also, at the very end of this, record, well, make a bunch of flashback recordings of using the system and some stuff like that. So there's a combo of both, but all of the actual builds, you know, the time lapse of me, this first part is the time lapse of us digging out the massive hole for main station. And there's, yeah, you can't sort of fake that afterwards. All right. Swap music styles for a bit here. So we want then an intro 5. Also, I always name these like with a prefix 0 for 2 digits, because you just never know if you end up with more, and then you, yeah. So what I said was sort of this angle, I think. I sort of wanted like focused sort of, does this have a center guide? Rule of thirds guide. Yeah, look. So there, you kind of want this on this, where I pop up. This here, I guess. Should probably start a little earlier there. And then I want to sort of pan it up so that it exposes more of the bridge as I run across. Do you record all your time in game or just during streams? I had an impression it was the former. I always have flashback running and recording. And then it sort of asks, do you want to save this recording when you exit the world? And if I've just been like AFK in a farm or something, or done nothing in particular, I will just delete like the recording at that point. I don't always record, like OBS record my first person view. Although I do tend to record that quite heavily. Like if I am recording for a video, I will quite often just record a ton and then cut it later. What I'm using to make epic videos, this is Minecraft with Iris shader mod and the flashback mod to generate clips, and then this is DaVinci Resolve Studio, which I'm using to cut in. All right, so while we're over here, should check what the timing is on this. I need a sort of 7.5 second clip, so we'll definitely want more than that. to have some availability here. So I pop up. Ooh, I don't pop up until here, actually. So let's move this. So there. So let's say 8 seconds. This is... I wish this showed the time. Actually, I can snap to it and let's see. 33:42. So we sort of... Yeah, this... If I cut here somewhere, it shows me running across the bridge. And if I do sort of this, then it will keep the bridge kind of nicely focused as I'm running, I think. You know, work. Let's just export all of them. You can export them. You can add them on a queue and then export them all at a time later. It's not fully stable enough to do it, in my opinion. Got a bit of a weirdness in the sort of story of this right now, in that we're showing the city at sunrise, then middle of the day, and then I suddenly pop out of here at night, but I think it's maybe fine. Hopefully it didn't render the rule of thirds guides. I've never had them on like that before. It did not. Good. Okay, we'll deal with that later. The next one I wanted was me digging. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make... This is the stuff that annoys the heck out of me. I don't think you see it properly because it's behind chat, but like if I click new scene, the text input is not focused. So you have to kind of go there and click, and then you can't hit enter. Like those kind of things that might seem silly, but if you're making, like, we're going to be making 300 video clips or something for this video. If you're making that amount of stuff, then like being able to do it with a keyboard shortcut really quickly, or having to grab, like, release your keyboard, like find the place with your mouse, click there, move your hands back to the keyboard, type a thing, move back, like that is a massive time loss for something if you're doing it a lot. So I had a branch of my own where I like tinkered around with this stuff for a while. Like only the fact that every time you add a scene, you also have to then go add a camera track. You're always going to want a camera track. There's zero reasons to make a scene without a camera track. When do I start digging? Okay. Digging around with a bunch of stuff. And there I have the markers. Dig lime. Dig. Stand around with a potato bunch. Go somewhere else. Okay. Look around at stuff. Sunrise says. And there I dug. Okay. I'm gonna center over this block, really. Lower the flying speed a bunch. I want to be as centered as possible here. I guess I could just modify the keyframes. Okay, cool. Straight up. Let me feel the view again. Maybe somewhere around 70 is fine. Right or left spin? Like this. And this one we're also going to want a time lapse, I think. So we'll just stamp one down there. Hold on. Okay, That's probably pretty good. I'm gonna put the time lapse thing here. This, I'm just gonna double check in the video project real quick. Needs to be like 4 seconds, and this one I probably want to do a bit tighter. So we're just gonna set this to 4 seconds. It's 3 and 47 out of 60 frames. I'm just gonna apply this again. I'm gonna spin probably like this. Maybe I don't want, yeah. Let's try that. That works. Okay. Now we need to get really advanced here. You've seen intro 07A. Ooh, what did I just do? Oh no. Oh, it's the alert screen. I moved the alert screen in OBS. That wasn't good. Okay. Camera, please. Not sure if I'll want a time lapse on this, so. Yeah, probably. Lapse. All right, so here I'm setting up like. Okay. Actually, kind of neat. It's just there's no space. This is a problem. But if we start here, plonk that down there, and then kind of maybe go here, and this is kind of similar length. Yeah, it's kind of 4 seconds. So what we're gonna do is move the camera to like here, I think, and then plonk a 4 second time lapse down here. So that's gonna look like that. I think that's fine. I'm gonna render that. Ooh, am I gonna end up inside of the beacon? Well, we'll see. Worst case scenario, we do different things. So I'm gonna copy these keyframes. That's another thing that Flashback has over replay mod. New scene, intro 07B. Paste in those again. Got a camera track. That's nice. But what I want is... That was very quick, actually. Huh? Okay. Wait, that's fine. Time lapse. Snap to here. Snap to here. Another 4 seconds. Okay, that's really interesting. Actually gonna pull these in. I'm gonna leave a stone block there. What are you doing, Lame? Okay. So I kind of want to end up like this, I think. Do I like remove that? Yes. Okay. So we want to sort of here instead, and then I'm gonna snap the time to this, remove this keyframe, and add this instead. So it looks like, okay, we clip there. Do I end up removing that or what? I don't. Okay. This is quite possible. I just don't want to move the camera too much here. So maybe we move it front like this. Here. Still a clip. God damn it. I think the other one's, for the other one's sake, it has to be aligned to this. We could start like here. Well, that is just extremely close clipping, but I don't think it does. Or if it does, it's not visible. Nice. Okay, so what I want is these two keyframes. And we're going to go back to this. Remove this. Paste these in here. Don't know how I snap this here. Looks like it's one tick, a couple of ticks there. This is all because we wanna. Oh, really? Okay, no, it's fine. All right, so I hit the ceiling there, but I think that's fine because this is all to create that glitch transition. I'm gonna export that. I'm gonna overwrite the existing one, please. These criticisms of Past-Lime. Yeah, Past-Lime didn't consider the exact framing of the shot when building that beacon 4 months ago. Yeah. Okay. I think I have the same keyframes here. So we can just export this one as well. So the camera movement is exactly the same, but the framing and passing of time is different in them. That's the difference here. Okay. Let's go here. Get these things in here. I don't need that. Audio's off. There's this fine. I think that works. This shows too much of me on the bridge, but I think that's fine. And then this needs to cut a few frames out of that. I cut too much even. I'm gonna actually another, oh boy, another track here. Line these up. Okay, and then we need this. I think this is the little blip in the music. So we're gonna line these up here. And let's see, effects, video transitions. So I have a glitch thing here somewhere. Block glitch. It's okay, that might be good. Disarrange. You are seeing the right thing. Yeah. Disarrange doesn't show preview glitch. Interesting. That's weird. Is block glitch feels more glitchy. try. Here. I kind of want it much shorter. Have to be a little longer. This is way overkill for what this clip is, but still. And it's super glitchy. Let me try the other glitch. Did it apply? Yeah, it did. That's... No, that's way less. No. Block glitch it is. Does this have like any settings? Lock seed, frequency, aspect, color, random seed, quality, offset, resolution. Okay. We're gonna pause the music so we can play this with music now. What are you trying to say? Okay, let's just play the entire thing, I think.
Excuse me. Did I walk into your path? Did I stop your heart from beating? Take away your breath. I do it. From the moment we first met, there was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me.
That felt... The timing felt odd. It's because I think the feeling of it is like after the little blip. Yeah.
So take me.
I like that.
There was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me.
Nice. Okay, so at this point, it's digging time, which I do have a whole lot of clips of already, but when I made these, that's the wrong station. When I made these for the other video, I sort of had much less time on that video, so I wanted to sort of get through the digging part as quickly as possible. I don't necessarily think any of this is usable for this. Oh, should probably mute this again. Scrubbing that. I guess you see it's very quickly running through it all. Give me a moment. Okay, come on. There we go. Well, it's a cat scam, but let's see if this works.
There we go. Well, it's a cat scam, but let's see if this works. Hey, almost.
Which side is which?
Which side is which?
Double audio now.
Double audio now.
What?
What?
Hold up.
Hold up.
Okay. That should be it. Let me know if that worked. For some reason, the cat cam's audio was going through. And because this particular one is, you know, in in the studio, I guess you just get cat bum on that. Let me see if I can. You're not very nice just sitting in that direction, are you? Need to be in cat cam scene. So this one is active. I can move you down a bit. You just get okay. You just get microphone in the way instead. Maybe that's better still. I was thinking about what it's like. I should put it like here. Now you can also see the delay on the cat cam. It's because there's this it's streaming through another server and then coming back into here. What are you doing, friendo? Oh boy. All right, let me kick the music back on. I need to answer something real quick. Having a good time there, Seba. All right. What are we doing? We need to figure out what the next step is. So it's a bunch of dig. Actually, I think what we need to figure out is probably a wider thing. So all the way up until here, which from where we are now is 3 minutes. Probably should just be dig. Like, I don't know. So the way this happened for real was I dug this hole. I dug a bunch of another hole. I dug some more on this hole. I dug a third hole, and I built a bunch of stuff in between. But I think for the sort of time lapse, the better thing to do is to have all of the digs sort of centered. At least or it's either the dig, like have all of the digs on one station together at least. What are you doing, Seba? Yeah. Like violently washing his ear. There's also a calmer section. I guess I'll turn this off again just for a second. Let's listen through this. Hi, Black Dragon. I'm doing it okay. Thank you. It's probably easier to listen to the music if I don't have it muted. That bit would be really funny too. Are you gonna sit on the keyboard? That's not a great idea. It's not a great idea normally. It's certainly not a great idea when I'm editing video. Thank you, Thomas. Okay, so that was something fun. Also would be, there's a bunch of like, I can't remember what it's called. There's some specific name to the technique where you're like referencing lyrics or referencing things in the audio. I guess it's specifically for music when you're like your lyrics reference how the song sounds. Like you go like like you mentioned the word pause, and then the music pauses for a bit or something, or stop or something, right? There's a name for that. The lyrics have a bunch of like up in them, so it would be really fun to sort of tilt the camera up or something for that. It's like open up the skies, right? It's a more successful dev than I am. But I don't know how to do this really. All right, I'm just gonna mark up a bunch of stuff. This marker is where it sort of goes into this slower part, and then there's this. That beat is sort of when it sort of kicks in a little bit. Breaking through too late, is this now my fate? I knew it. I have no idea what to do with this. It's all big. Okay. So what I'm thinking is maybe when it sort of turns down here. That's sort of I can't remember the name for it, but you sort of, we do a bunch of time lapses of us build or digging up here. We do a bunch of freeze frames or like freeze times, I guess, of what's going on, and like shots of what's going on when there's no motion in this part. There probably needs to be 4. And then when this kicks in, there's something different. That means I have this much time, which is 45 seconds. That needs to be just a bunch of time lapses of digging. So I need to split that up somehow. Let's name this. Yo, small guy, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, folks. Welcome to somewhat weird parts of the stream. I guess what I can do is show you the progress we have this far, so you understand a little bit of what the heck we're doing. I hope you had a great stream today. Welcome in. Oh, the bot has no sub anymore. We are making a stream intro, which is we're using this software, which is called DaVinci Resolve, which is a video editing suite. together with Flashback, the mod for Minecraft, for making a bunch of clips to make a very epic 15-minute time lapse, essentially, of me building a bunch of teleporter stations. And we've just like done half a minute of it, but this is how it looks this far.
Excuse me. Did I walk into your path? Did I stop your heart from beating? Take away your breath. I knew it. From the moment we first met, there was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me.
Hey, thank you, Akoi. Thank you so much. Welcome in. And thank you for 78 months. Holy smokes. Was the tower scene a bit too late with the lyrics? You mean the cut? Into or out to? Out of.
Did I stop your heart from? Did I walk into? Did I walk?
So it's cutting on the beat there, but the here out of this, she starts singing that a bit early. I could cut on the previous beat.
Did I walk into your path? Did I stop?
Is that better?
Did I walk in?
I don't think that's better.
Did I walk into your path? Did I stop your heart from beating? Take away your breath. I knew it.
Yeah, I think this is good. So what we have here is harder. So the section we're at is like, I've dug down, I've set up the beacon. Now there's just like a ton of digging that's gonna happen. So the first section is probably me digging out the perimeter area that just like sets the area. If I can figure out a good way to do that. This is a 7.5 second-ish thing. I really wish that there was some better way of like, you're talking about open up the skies. It would be so great if there was like a piece of the thing visible to the sky. There is actually on one of the other stations, but can't fit it in here. So, as I was digging this, Vedran, Narmo, and Lexi showed up to help out. I wonder if this little, like, tiny music stop is, like, where they get introduced. And then the rest of this day is, like, all of us digging together. I think that might work. Which, in that case, means I need to do an intersection of 7.5 seconds. Hello? Did you get up again? Okay. Very nice. Have I not been performing my petting duty? Silly human caring about the stuff on the screens. This is surely 7.5 seconds as well. Yes, it is. And then there's a potentially then longer section of like 15 seconds. So that's pretty much the double. We need to figure out. Okay, let's turn the normal music back on. What you gonna do, Savfk? Please don't step on any buttons. Thank you. All right. Do I keep calling this intro? No, maybe I don't. What do I have? I've got main station as the... maybe I do like dig a 1. All right, so have I started that here? I'm out the other side, so apparently not. Hello? Okay. What in the world are you doing, game? Why did you move that there? Okay. So apparently now I ended up where I've already dug a whole lot. Okay, so here's slightly too late. Go back to, okay. This is always really tricky to showcase, because like, if I want to show me digging this stuff, then I have to follow me here and like turn, follow. It's not impossible, but it's really hard to get those camera motions to feel right. The alternative is to do like a spectator mode thing. And I don't want too much stuff in the background in that case. Yes, we do like here. We back out of this a little bit. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, so that already existed, the path. Where am I now? Okay, but here I'm blasting, like actually digging the thing, so apparently that's the correct. Alright, hold on. It does allow, like, let's do camera. You can do a camera orbit, track entity and stuff. But generally, maybe we try, but entity UID, can I not, like, I'm aiming at. Okay, it froze again? Oh, it decided to actually save the thing. I guess it found a click there somewhere. Where? Bleh. Oh boy. Teleporter. Station dig part 2. Then I guess this is dig part 1. Cool. You want to be here? And I'm aiming at me. No. Okay. There really no way to. I have to put my UUID in. Let's. Yeah. What are the options here? Yaw offset pitch. Yeah. So there's just an offset, and the player does not move smoothly. Like you hit. I really need feathering system and stuff for this. So we're not going to do that. Also, the movement of the entity isn't like the important part. Zoom in a bunch here. Okay, well. Okay, so I'm coming from. Okay, hold on. And then I decide to, okay, I start digging a bit, and then I decide, no, I should probably just make the whole square so I have the outline. And I go the wrong way? Okay. This is going to be interesting. Maybe start like here. And let's see, we will need a time-lapse thing here. Because I want this to end up being 7.5 seconds somehow. Okay, so actually, sort of want it here. Do this. It's just down, like, by my feet. Not sure what he was doing down there. Okay, well, if we start here, then I dig... Oh, actually, this is going to be a really annoying camera move, but maybe that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna give up on that approach. This timing is still good, but I think we'll have to accept that it's just gonna be a... What the heck is this? Is it a tree farm or something down here? Trees. Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. So maybe we do one of these things. We put it like center. It's like over here somewhere. Yeah, I go down there. Yeah, okay. So we're just standing around thinking about where to go. So at some point I'm like there. Perfect. Actually, we'll just delete that. Do this. And then... Wait, I dig into there. Okay, never mind. Just dig the wrong way. And then I, for some reason... Wait. Oh, I do dig it out there. Huh. Okay. I've gotten this entirely wrong. Okay, there's before I start digging. We're gonna have another break come in here, folks. Twitch needs to get some ads out of its system. So we'll be playing some clips. If you don't like the ads, you can sub to the channel or get Twitch Turbo that gets you ad-free viewing, and you get to see fun clips from the channel history instead. And otherwise, feel free to step away, grab some drinks, fill up your snacks, and be right back. 3-4 minutes.
I think there's no way. How much time we have left? 11 minutes. The timer was always there. I was always asking how much time we have left. I was right there. Nice.
Oh, you're kidding me!
Yes.
And you're right.
Oh,
what?
City.
Are you serious?
No,
Whoa.
this is cheating, man. This is hacks. This
What?
can't be true.
How? Hello?
Do you have an ender pearl?
I didn't think that was possible.
Gotta say, the Monumental team is really nice, man.
No, this is not what I meant.
There it is.
This is vanilla. Wow. I've never
Oh. I'm finding a bunch in the ceiling.
We need 8 more. 8 more.
I got 8 here.
Yeah, this is done. This is done.
Who's going to get the winning one?
I got one in bunch in
Yeah, I got
ceiling
5 now, so just 3 left.
There we go.
Yeah.
Boys. Check it out.
Oh, 61. One ahead. One ahead.
Oh, that's it. We've done it all right. No more advancements.
Yeah, there's no more advancements.
Well, they can still catch up if they get more.
Okay.
So do we now taunt them in chat to distract them? Yeah. Is that our best use of resources?
You want to move over to your new profession walk, aren't you? Yeah, look at that. It's going to be glorious over here, isn't it? Just don't walk through the fire. Oh no. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. No, don't do it again. Oh, you just managed to avoid it. Very good. Very good. I mean, oops. It's just extending having a chat with this guy. This is going like, why are you on fire?
Ha ha ha, death yay.
This guy is like, I'm your replacement. Go away already. Oh man, he went super speed. And you're gonna go like, oh, there's a free workstation. This.
Did the randomization of the clips stop working again? Because that was the same as one of the clips last time. All right. Anyway. This is where we start. And then I want to sort of here maybe. And then I want this to be 8 seconds. Nice underground sound wraith. That's also good. We might want to override time and just like set it to like night. I mean, it's not the best clip I've ever made, but it'll do. True random would replace clip plus occasionally, yes. Which is what it's sort of intended to do. It's supposed to re-add all the clips from the folder and shuffle them every time this thing starts. So main station dig 02. And that's another clip equally long, which probably should be of like me actually opening up the entire area, but I don't know what I'm actually doing here. Laughing about for a bit. Running back and forth here. What are you doing, Passlime? Okay. I'm putting down shulkers. And then you're going over here. Wait. Okay, I'm breaking upwards. I mean, maybe I'm like open up the skies. I'm digging up. I don't know. Maybe this is a cool clip. Man, what's with all the sneezing? Totally is probably not related to having a cat get into my face. I want to rehear this section of music. This is the part we're trying to make a clip for. It's exactly the part that doesn't have any of that. It is like there's take me up immediately as before the clip changes. I don't know. Maybe still you do like a fixed camera in this corner, or like start here. All right, let's have some music again. Let's go back here. So we start like here, and give me a time, not speed. Give me a time lapse. And actually start here. I'm messing with all the water and stuff here. I'm spending a lot of time messing with the water, actually. I mean, it's fine. I'll just do something like this. And I want this to be like 8 seconds. That's fine. I do know that I've added new like pause clips that have never been shown. I hate the fact that I stopped right in the corner where I have the camera now. So maybe I should like go past the torch, like up here instead, just so we don't end up stuck with me right covering the camera. I mean, that's much better if my head is behind the torch. I think that's fine. Good morning, Savfk. Let's do that instead. Just replace that clip. That clip. Okay, and then I have a quite long section that is like actually opening up the area up until they join. The problem is I don't know like when they join. Using station dig about 3. Give me a camera, please. Okay, so at this point I've opened up upwards all the way to there, around the entire plane. Yeah, so I'll start like here. Definitely need time lapse. How long did I say this was? 15 seconds. And there I'm gone again. What am I doing? Oh, I'm digging out the other side. Oh, that's pretty cool. So when do they show up? What am I doing here? Oh, I'm back in my base. Okay. So what I'm thinking then is, this is before I broke open the other part. this is as far as I get, I think. I must have been repairing my pick or something. I'm up here digging. Okay, so that's sort of the end of it. So I want this to be 15 seconds overall. But probably what I want is for the very middle of the time lapse on some beat to like turn quickly from the first part of the room to the second part of the room. So if I start here, we're starting here. And the first part of the room is like, what am I doing there? There is where I'm doing that. So it is actually half the time. We can do like out to here. Maybe I'll just leave the time lapse as it is for now. Slap the camera down like this. It's just so extremely hard to tell how far into this is. I'll like turn this quite quickly to here. Don't need to move much, but I need to turn a lot. And then at the very end, I probably want to be like here or something. That was very quick. That's more like it. So now what I need to do is time that to the music, which is going to be really awkward because how far into the thing is this? But I could control that by... No, I can't. It's just the offset between them. I'm just going to render this and see if I have enough on the ends to adjust it in post. Actually, I almost certainly don't. Because with the if I render this as 15 seconds, I need 14 seconds and 56 frames, which means I have only 14 frames. I have only 4 frames to spare. So, what if we make this 16 seconds instead? Maybe I don't include the part where I'm just staring at the camera. Well, there's more of me staring at the camera, I guess, so oh well. Bit of a longer render this time. This is moving much slower than I anticipated it would be. To be fair, I don't normally do this stuff on stream. That was an inside of my face frame. That wasn't great. It's going to show up as kind of a flash. What am I doing? Okay, just chilling there, sorting items, I guess. At this point, I realized it would be much smarter to dig from above than from below, and then go up. No, okay, not yet. There we go. Do I need the other video? Don't want the audio because it's going to be awful anyway. Get rid. Ooh. Okay, get rid of at least one frame. Okay. Mute the audio for now. More stuff there that I'm like not doing anything. Hey, Albinson. It's fine, I think. That. And the big one. Let's do this. So now I actually do need the audio from this thing. My eyes are failing me. Time to sleep. Have a very good night, Mikatsu. Alright, what's the center point of this then? Like here? Might be this beat. It is that beat. Okay, so here I want the camera to turn. Nice. Actually, this works really well because then you get the open up the skies and I'm like digging away the ceiling. See it with all of the new clips. Okay. Nice. I think well, I'm back here and I'm like digging a little bit more. Oh, I'm digging up more. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, that's sort of the end of this replay. Let's have music again. So I'm gonna switch to the next one. I presume the next one is where they showed up. Yeah, so many times. Let's see. Station Dig Part 2. So that would be that. I also had a bunch of disconnection issues during these. Time lapse thing here. Hold on. That makes no sense. Wait, okay, here I'm digging a different station. Oh, why? Okay, yes, I don't remember, actually. I swapped stations for some reason. And then they were like, oh, I could help. And I was like, okay, let's go dig the other one then. This is half of the battle, is just finding the right clip. Chicago issues? That wasn't that time, but yes. Main station dig 2. Yeah, okay. This one is 2 hours 44 minutes, and then there's a 5-minute one, and then 1 hour. Okay, so yeah, obviously we dug a bunch here, and that should be like in this clip. You can kind of see how we're digging quite a lot. Let's move to where we get blocks here again. Is that over here? Yeah. I might want just a tiny clip for that one, like, intro of, hey, friends are arriving, kind of. Let me just time that real quick. That's nice. We're all coming, like, walking down there. Okay. New scene. Main station, dig. Oh, 4. Give me a camera. I don't even know if I want a time lapse here. Like from here, it is it's just 2 seconds. Because maybe we don't do that. One thing I could do is do the 2 seconds of intro here, and then time lapse starts as we start digging. But like 2 seconds of actual running in game is not a lot. Give me some. It would be to here. Maybe that would be fine if we start a little later. And go like here. We'll try it. We'll try doing separate clips. I have no idea how long I have there, but it's more than 2 seconds, so it should be fine. Let's mute that again for now. Maybe let's not. This marker is not in the right place. Hi, Colt. It kind of starts already here. It's like on a half beat. I mean, it kind of works. I think it has to be like later. It's a super short clip, but still. And then we're all digging. Like, the other alternative is do this, but then it's one continuous clip as we start digging down. Maybe that's worth pursuing, but it's going to be so tight on timing. And this is 14 seconds-ish. And then I had some other stuff. Oh yeah, I wanted this sort of individual styles things. Okay. So, main station dig 05. Camera, time lapse. Where do we? I think we dig in like this part. So maybe we. And what? 14 seconds. I suppose I could like do what I did before and just do a real long thing. I have a lot of time left on this dig though. Let's start the time lapse here and then figure out what happens. We just stand around for a little bit, doing nothing. Okay, then we deconstruct the we can reconstruct the beacon. Okay, because I had removed it. That makes sense. We can completely sort of ignore that happened. And just start here instead. Time lapse starts here. Maybe this corner is the best. I don't like that framing. Here, I already have that. It's a really random digging here. Maybe that's fine. Did I say 14? Do 14 seconds here. And then this. The problem with that is most of those 14 seconds you saw like no digging happening. So all the digging is happening like behind the camera. Okay, so never mind that. We do swap the angle to be like here instead then. Maybe like this. Well, at least you see us moving around here, even though a lot of it is happening sort of behind blocks and whatever. I think that's probably fine. Now we're all like leaving anyway. Okay, it's fine. Let's render this. And then after this, what I want is a bunch of individual shot of us in super slow-mo or freeze time when we're like mining stuff. And it's four of shots, and there's also 4 people. So I think that works out really nice. We just gotta find the moment. Takes a bit longer to render these like big time lapses. More work per frame. Bullet time, sure, yeah. Okay, let's get this added to the project. Let's actually look at that before I start this, because this has to work, this cut here. Accidentally remove a frame here? No. Now I've removed too much of the end of it. Sorry about all the pausing and starting music and stuff here. I need the reference here. Surely this is the beat, not this marker. Okay, so need this to line up with that. And I hope I have enough frames at the start of this clip for that to not be horrible. That should be fine. That's going to be super nice. Okay, so what are we doing at this point? I guess still call it dig. Oh, 6. Add element, and I guess I want a speed here probably. I think I probably want slow-mo rather than fully frozen. You get, like, this angle is pretty cool. So just slow it down as much as possible. Maybe, I don't know if time lapse works here too. If it like... Because I want so incredibly little of it. Can I like set this to lower? No, I'm not allowed to edit that. Okay. Let's try a time lapse instead. Except time lapse is going to be opposite, but whatever. So we'll kind of to here. And we'll just pull the camera a slight bit of movement. Maybe down more. And then I'm going to say I want this time lapse to be something. Probably 4 seconds. Will it let me do this and will it do the right thing? It kind of did. We'll try. We'll make one first. And see how it looks. It's looked a little... I was going to say it looked a little fast, but maybe not. I have to see that in the actual project to figure that out. Kind of want the first frames here. All right. That's longer, right? No, it's not. Never mind. I like that. The resolve tricks for slowdown is fine. I don't need it. There's no reason ever to slow down posts, to slow down in post if you can slow down the source clip. Why was that so hard to figure out how to express that? Alright, so that was me. Camera and time lapse. And I want... Everybody else is just standing and unloading blocks. Okay, that's not ideal. Sometimes it's not possible to slow down enough. From a game, absolutely, it's always possible. Like this. If I was working with just raw gameplay capture for some game that didn't have like flashback, or if I was working with real life footage, sure. But for this situation, no. Okay. Armos here. This might be pretty cool. What if we do... If we put you like this? And zoom in like crazy on the timeline. Kind of ideally want even less time than we had there. And I used like four ticks. Why you start crouching right then? Tick after. Okay, never mind. We'll start here. And then I want this. That's not as cool of an angle. With this. Yeah, kind of want less. Ideally, we don't break the block, or we start after breaking the block. Maybe that's better. Yeah, like that better. Hi, Sturzo. Yeah, so this type of stuff, timing this type of stuff, replay mod was absolutely much better than... Excuse me, what? We are not overriding time. Okay, just put an additional... Okay, that's not great, actually. We just do that. That's probably better. So I'm adding time to the start of this clip because for some reason the shaders got all messed up with the light. And my hope is that if I do that, yeah, then it'll give it a little time to settle before the actual stuff I need. And I'll just cut out that part in post. So that is that scene done. Dig 08. I need Fedron and Lexi. Camera. Time lapse. Let's see. Got Fedron over here. It's really dark there at the moment. It's dark around Lexi too. Although this is really cool. I love the flying blocks here though. That's great. Right, you can't not do that. Particles everywhere. That's great. If I can get it to work. Absolutely might have the same problem here. What are you up to there? What the heck is going on? Is that 4 seconds? That didn't feel like 4 seconds. It says it is 4 seconds. I love those. This is mass amounts of particles. Blocks flying. Okay. Main station, dig 09. Camera and a time lapse space. And the only thing we need left from these is a style study of Fedron. We'll skip a little bit, I think. You can find a cool shot. I like this. I like this framing better. Well, I guess we'll just do this straight away. To there, 4 seconds. Oh wow, that's not nice. Okay, the timing is exactly the like 3 blocks break at once. What if we just shuffle all of these forward a little bit? Okay, that still doesn't really work because they're all breaking at once. If they were like here, it would be better, but I think that means we need to remake the entire actual camera. Maybe this side works better now. I like the angle she has onto the thing she's breaking though. Although now there's this in the way, but maybe that's okay. Like here. Oh, yeah. Nice. Like super speed forward. All right, whatever. Hopefully that's fine. It's also got Fedrin's like streaming icon. Nice. All right. Let's set this up and then we can watch all of it with the music. See how it works. I think it will be pretty cool. Slowdown starts happening like there somewhere. Really, realistically, I want the last bit of this clip. Also, I don't necessarily want them in this order, just because I recorded or like created them in this order. I want to get Lexi in here. Like that. Maybe go Armo in the bedroom. I'm not 100% sure that these transitions are in the exact right place, but it's probably okay. All right. Here's how it goes. No. Unmute the music. Here's how it goes. Ah, so good. All right. Still have a lot of stuff for digging left.
Too much time to waste for this life I made. Too much time to waste for this life I made.
I also love that this is a time lapse of an enormous waste of time, and there's like the lyrics are too much time to waste.
Breaking through too late. Is this now my fate? I knew it from the moment we first met. There was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me up.
There's this whole like quite intense section of the music left at the end. Not even here. I don't know how I should split this up. So we've got 4 other songs. We've got 3 whole station builds. Like, obviously, there's interior builds, and then there's the redstone builds. And I wanted the last piece to be just showcase of the final results. Which sort of means I have 1 per station after that. So what I could do is I could do all of the digging in the first one. But it's like 3 different station digs then. Or I do main station dig because it's the big one here. And then we do main station build. in the second one, other station dig and build, other station dig and build. That's probably better. It's just like hard to fill up this entire time with just digging. It's a long stream countdown. All my stream countdowns are 15 minutes, which I actually would like to have a few that are shorter, but I have one that is I have one that is 3 minutes, but all right, what do I do with this? Because it's still quite slow here, even though it goes like you start getting the beat again.
Too much time to waste for this life I made. Too much time to waste for this life I made. Breaking through too late. Is this now my fate? I knew it. I knew.
That's one beat.
From the moment we first met, there was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me up.
I would actually, so it's like, so take me up. It would really be cool to like be following down on a time lapse camera, and then so take me up and go like swoosh back up with the camera.
So take me up.
I really don't know. It was very clear is we kind of need to continue here, right? Dig 10. Do you want to interleave dig and build shots? Well, the thing I'm thinking about is let's get music going again. It's really kind of weird to do all of the digging first because it's 3 separate stations. And so really, I think story-wise, if you will, it makes more sense to do everything about main station first, and then everything about one of the other stations, and then everything about the last station. There's 3 stations, right? And I don't really want to interleave dig and build for each station, both because it didn't happen that way. It happened, we did the full dig for a station before we started building anything for the station, mostly. And also just because I think it would be more confusing. So I really think let's see. I have one section that is almost exactly 30 seconds. And then I have a section before that is 15 seconds. And the 30-second thing has this take me up thing in it. So I need a 15-second thing first. But the problem is, at the pace I'm going, we're going to finish the dig before I run out of time that I need to fill with it. I'm sorry, I'm going to do this again.
Too much time to waste for this life I made. Too much time to waste for this life I made.
Is it super weird to do other shots? Like, it would be really fun to have this bat flapping about in slow-mo again. We do 2 more slow-mo shots.
Too much time to waste for this life I made. Too much time to waste for this life I made. Breaking through too late. Is this now my fate?
Yeah, also breaking through too late. Like, it would be fun to have like some opening. Outside shots is interesting. I think I might capture a bat thing and use for the second half of this. And then we do 2 7.5 second things instead of one. Too much time to waste. You're so bad flapping. Yeah, maybe. Dig 10. I'm gonna record this. We might do another one in completely opposite order from when it's actually happened, but that's okay. It would be nice with somewhere where the bat is sort of mostly stationary. Or like with stuff in the background. This is kind of cool. The bat on the top side. And then go like this. And this is then supposed to be like an 8-second time lapse. That's very slowed down. It is struggling a little bit with this amount of slow-mo. Oh, the wrong thing here. Okay, I think that works. So do one of those and then an above ground shot of like time just passing and passing. Welcome back, Vid. Video's going. I've got some really nice shots I'm really happy with, but it's also taken a lot of time. That's how these things go. Take 11. Camera. Time lapse. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom all the way back out so I get stuff into frame, and then I'm gonna go back a whole bunch, go above ground, so like here maybe. Don't have an override currently. That should be good. Maybe you want like 2 days to pass or something. Let me just pan over to like here, maybe up. And then this should be another 8 seconds. That would look like this. Somebody slept away that night though. It's a little unfortunate. Let's time of day. Sure. I wish it would just let me like set a time of day here that is just the length of the thing. But I have to calculate the thing, I guess. So what I want is actually the other one. This is on tick 99652. And then this one is on tick 74784. Which is, oh yeah, so that's one full day. I might actually want it to move faster then. So setting this to 30,000 would be 1 day. But maybe we do like 2 days. I think that would be pretty good. And then that is going as she's singing Too Much Time to Waste, which I do quite enjoy. Leaf particles in my face are not great, but it's what it is, I guess. It is good, I think, with some of these filler stuff because it is just digging for quite a while at the start of this. $10 and $11 and get rid of these, and I probably want $11 first. Now I need my music again. Yeah, it is actually exactly there. This just needs to be that then. Okay.
Burning bright as day. Too much time to waste for this life I made. Too much time to waste for this life I made. Breaking through too late.
Wait. Did it smooth the time of day? It did. That makes so little sense. Let's not do that. Actually, we might switch this back to just being 1 day off also. All right. Yeah. Yep. Can I overwrite that even though I've added it to the project? Is it storming in your area, or is the local power company just being incompetent? Raining since yesterday. Transformer blew and fire department. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. I actually got like a power station thing with a big battery and a solar panel thing, both to be able to have as reserve power at home and to be able to bring in the car when I go longer. Feeling quite happy about that. Okay. Let's see how that turns out now.
Burning bright as day. Too much time to waste for this life I made.
That is decidedly still the old. Do we have a cache thing going on here? Can I just media pool, clip operations. No. There's some. I'd rather not dump all of the.
Too much time to waste for this life I made. Too much time to waste for this life I made. Breaking through too late. Is this now my fate? I knew it.
The time, yeah, no, the time lapse is linear. Okay, good. It's just a camera that isn't. Couldn't find a power bank in the dark? Oh no. So you're watching from your phone, and instead of using the last of your phone battery to find a power bank, you used it to watch my stream. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm honored, but also priorities. Okay. So now we have this long thing. Hold on, I actually need to look through this.
From the moment we first met, there was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me up. So take me.
Do I start the move on the sort of so take me up, or do I do it afterwards? So they go so take me up and then it goes up. Maybe I start the move here. So that is a 14 seconds in.
So take me up.
It's probably like so take me up, actually. So that's 15 seconds. Makes sense.
So take me up.
Okay, I need a bunch of digging. And then I need that to like spin up somehow. So the first thing is 15 seconds and then possibly half of that for the other part. It was big 12. Camera. Time lapse. We were sort of here somewhere, I think. Yeah, I think this is still before I had gotten to. Maybe not. Just deep slate. Wait, where am I? Okay. 10 is where we were. It's the bat. So I feel like, well, maybe it's one of these. We need to make some progress in the dig also. There's also a second part of this replay that is like an hour and something. So like we get down to deep slate maybe. Some nice light in here. So I want to be at 15 seconds here. And we'll sort of be here. So, and here's so take me up. Probably keep going. Then sort of do something like this. I need to, like, maybe I can do that with easing. I need to, like, take off. And then this time lapse would be like 8 seconds. Right. And this is just really weird. A really weird way to specify this. So I need this to be 23 seconds then. And that shows 8 seconds in between. That's so weird. You can't see it because it's behind me, I suppose. But yeah, if I set this is now set to 23 seconds rather than 8 seconds to get 8 seconds in between. It's really weird. Hi, Anthony. So what does this do? Spins the opposite way than what I wanted. Oh, maybe that's fine. I wanted to play. Why didn't play? Timing here is going to be tricky, I think. We're like too close to the thing also, but it's because it's turning around. It's not moving fast enough up. I really wanted like a takeoff kind of. So what if we do this? No. Permite's gonna be really weird, I think. Maybe not. Definitely isn't speeding up off enough. So probably just go like here. But then set that keyframe much closer. And then switch this back to smooth. See what that makes. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. That did not work. Do try that. That's even worse. The bend here is just insane. That might work. Although I still feel like this angle is too close. It's fine though. It's just us digging. There's not super much to see. Oh, that's really awkward. Okay. Let's do something like this. See if we can just cut away the last part. Maybe this is fine. This is like super slow though, actually. It's so weird to be able to do stuff when it like swaps the timeline. It's like, yeah, I mean that turns down again just as the timeline ends. Suppose I could make that linear or something. This is probably fine. Let's try this because this is a complex thing to fit into the actual project. So might need to render this a couple of times and adjust. It's a lot of frames. So it's very clear to me now, that wasn't clear to me before we started this, that I'm not going to complete this during this stream. I thought it would be way further at this point, but apparently it's hard to make time lapses of digging. Who would have thought? It's hard to make it interesting, which kind of makes sense. Okay. If this lines up, it's like a miracle. First of all, I get rid of this frame because it's broken. I only want to get rid of one frame. Second of all, this is so take me up. Yeah, we should actually pause this. Actually, it looks surprisingly good.
From the moment we first met, there was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me out.
Haha.
So take me out.
I think that's the cut point.
Take me out. So
Might actually align to this.
take me out.
Which means we need this much.
So take me out.
One nice thing to do would be to have a what a music switch. To have a view from down here of somebody like climbing up the ladder or up the water stream or something. Is getting reasonably high at this point. So like having a view from down below is kind of nice. But nobody's going up for a bit. Okay. Person just flew up. No, I went up the stream. More soon. I like that. Get a bit of digging first. I think I need a... I don't actually know. What do I have? 9 seconds. Something like that. You go kind of here. And it's 9 seconds with 4 frames of margin, so I guess I should let's do 9.5. They go like take me up at the very start of the cliff, but now I'm like, I'm not going up. So maybe turn that around. We start here, and then I mean we've just seen it from above. So what if we do here? To there? I don't know. We can just back off the camera to like here. Ladder? What do you mean with ladder? The problem is nobody's climbing the ladder, so... Maybe try that? Like just looking at the ladder is a bit too abstract. I think this actually ended up like being slow-mo almost. I really kind of don't need the voice tracks. Get rid of them. This is like a template setup that I use for my audio tracks and stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff in here I don't need.
So take me out.
Okay, so this is the point where it's like, okay, stop messing around with fancy camera shots and just get the rest of the dig done, basically. And then we have the rest of that for that. Second replay, and this is 15 more seconds. So we want 15 seconds for the rest of this, I guess. Just quite a lot of digging still. Let's dig 14. Camera time lapse. Nice to. I wonder about this camera orbit thing. I've never used it. It's used as like spin. If I can track position, distance, yaw, pitch. Okay, this can probably work. Time lapse from here. Like if we make this make a spiral motion. This is quite a lot of digging. Don't know how much we have left after this. Oh, still quite a bit. How do you set this up? Okay, anyway, at the point where I disconnect here, because that's what happened, we need to be at like 15.5 seconds. How are you supposed to set the center point of this camera orbit thing? Like I want it to be like this, but yaw, distance, position, distance. We're just okay. So I guess I want to be in the middle of the room then. Which is really annoying to figure out. So this is the position I want. 8? Is 8 good? Can I? Okay. So what happens if I then add the camera orbit? Distance. I kind of expected a progress or something here. If I set yaw to, or is it pitch? Pitch would just be down though. Set this to 180. Yeah, that's on the opposite side now. Yeah, so that's made a half. That's made a really weird. I had expected them to be like here. That is really weird. It's like it looks like a headset. Yeah, it does. It's like it's added just a camera spline rather than made them part of like an actual circle. What happens if I put this to like 360 then? I'm sorry, what? Hold on. This is distance 8. Oh, do I have different positions on them? Oh, okay. I don't seem to be able to copy these individually. That's the same? That's not. Okay, there we go. 360 degrees. I want to say that there's something about 360 degrees that doesn't get shown in this. I put it at 360, right? Yes, I did. Okay, so pitch. Which way? What? What? Okay. So the target point. Okay, I see how this works. There is my spiral. It's not the way I wanted it though. So pitch up. You gotta like, how does this look? I need. Okay, this does not do what I wanted it to do. I suppose it does actually if I just move the target point down by a whole lot, because I want to be able to point this much more down. This is a really weird way to specify this. Negative 20 or something maybe. I'm sorry, what? It's pointed down, right? It's pointed down. We are negative 15. Okay, sure. That kind of makes sense. I need to also up the distance. We probably don't want negative 20 then, so like negative 10? Okay. That's actually completely the opposite of what I wanted, but okay. But that is just because I also want this to be pitched down by 60. Oh my god, this is incredibly hard to work with. Why? Why this? Okay, now it's just going up. Good. Because then I want to, let's go negative 20 on this one then. It's kind of doing what I wanted it to. It's a little close to the ground now, but I guess it's fine. It's not really fine though. But on the other hand, I can adjust that by just moving this up. If I move it up by 10 blocks. Okay, it's fine. And I guess this was also this is also smooth point, so oh well. What is the time on ads? It's got half an hour. Spin. Only should be the last clip from this replay. Then I have another replay that's like 5 minutes, which we can probably just ignore. Probably want to watch the whole thing before we end in like full screen. I've only been watching it in a small viewport. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Exit this one. So much stuff left here. This is a 5-minute one. Yeah, and this is 1.5 hours of digging that needs to fit into the rest of this, which is just the rest of it, I guess. What? Okay. Why am I here? I dug? Oh, I set up the beacon in a different place. Okay. That makes sense. Dug out of deep beacon range. Okay. We have almost exactly a minute left. So I need some form of interesting thing for a minute. Which, so given how that has looked this far, we either split that into 4 15-second clips or 8 7.5-second clips, or some combination of those. Let's look at this thing, see how it turned out with all of us. We might just look at it, the entire thing from the start, get a feel for where we're at. Can I? Yeah.
Excuse me. Did I walk into your path? Did I stop your heart from beating? Take away your breath. I knew it. From the moment we first met, there was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me out. Breaking through too late, is this now my fate? I knew it from the moment we first end the day. So take me up. So take me up.
Nice. It's not perfect, but I do like. I like both the take me ups, and I like the so much time to waste. The time just passes. There's a bunch of stuff. There's also like a bunch of stuff earlier where it's like open up the skies and I'm mining the ceiling and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the rest is quite straightforward. The music is quite like even intensity the rest of the way. Yeah, so we have like a minute that we need to do on this. So we should probably just churn it out somehow. And I guess I've got 5-second thing here. Client froze. Probably reloading stuff. Kind of larking, so I haven't exactly followed what you were doing. You can say it works. Nice. Also, I will also render a blank version of this without the countdown and stuff in higher resolution, and then share that with my supporters, which is usually what I do with new stream intros. Okay, so that here again we have like god rays and stuff, so we'll override time to be ignite. Which doesn't matter. I need a new scene. Whoopsie. Big 15, I guess. So from these, I want to be quite straightforward with this. I really want to get this, at least this song part done. Doesn't mean I can't do like some fun stuff, but we get a decent bit of progress on each. I think it ends like here somewhere. So that's a 15-second thing. Probably then make it a 16-second thing so I have some. Okay, I think that works. Let's just get it exported. And we do that 4 times. We're done. And then I just gotta do all the builds also. But the thing is, I also have a lot of already made like setup scenes for the builds, and I didn't really expect that I would be able to reuse any of the dig, but I do expect that I will be able to reuse some of the build. Maybe I'll have to make them longer and adjust the timeline times and stuff, but I do expect that I can like actually use the scenes. Okay. 16. Camera. Time lapse. Sort of starting where we stopped, I guess. Just want some variation. Can we like we get a look from below? It's quite impressive at this point how deep the thing has gone. What if we do back out all the way to the corner here? Does this work? Might want to pull that further. Any chance you could do the high resolution for supporters version with the really old intros? Probably not. I have lost a bunch of the original footage. For some of those, I wanted some of the intros I no longer use because I wanted to adjust them in some way. Like I've gotten like updated license info on some of the music or something, and I wanted to like remake the thing, and I can't because I don't have. Oh, like I wanted to recut some of them, and it didn't have a version of it without the full rendered stream overlay and stuff. So I do have some stuff. Some of my footage have gone lost in like disk crashes and stuff. Unfortunately, I've tried to keep everything, but I just don't have exactly everything. So at this point, it's probably nice to do like a really, maybe we do like one of those, maybe really weird. Okay, here's not up into the ceiling. So let's center over here. Like this, and I want to feel the view. We get like this. How far is it until it's done? Did we stop here? I guess. Oh yeah, there's bedrock exposed there. So that's where we stopped. So we're gonna go kind of halfway to that. Camera's like impossible to deal with right now. So let's go back to like 70-ish. I want 16 seconds of this. And then we probably should dive down here. Maybe we spin half a rotation and go a little bit sideways. That looks really weird. Maybe we shouldn't spin then, because the camera effect is quite subtle. Actually, you can just do. Which is 90 here. Hold on. Oh, I see. We probably just. Messed it up. But I'm now at -16. So what if we just put -16 here? We end up there. And the thing is going to look like this. This is really weird. Would it be better the other way? No, I don't think so. It is quite weird. I might not want to keep this. Might want to make them linear. Just to make them really match up properly. That does not seem to have worked. Let's just render this. It's a freaky shot, but really don't like the song. Like, I guess tomorrow I could share just the stream intro for some of the older stuff too. That should be possible. Okay, that's really weird though. Why does it do that at the end? I guess these are not lined up. Oh, that's what's going on. Want to re-render because of that? It's probably fine. Dig 18. Camera. Time lapse. And then we just go till the very end here. Just like there. Make that 16 seconds. Now, what do I want to do with the camera here? Maybe we just... Maybe we plonk you here, and then at the very end, we go all the way up. Just to sort of hammer home just how stupidly high this thing is. Is there any particular one that you want? I have plenty that I like just never use anymore. Another option would be to reverse that, but I think this is fine. No, what did I do here? Okay. Not mean to do that. Probably gonna need the actual music for this thing. I need a beat to switch on here somewhere. think this is where it's supposed to go. So I'm just going to adjust to that. We'll cover the start. I think the one with the Love Shadow song is one most often want to. Which one is that? Actually, kind of want it there. Can I do that? Yes, I can. I want to glitch it out there because there's like a glitch sound. That might be nice. A little harder end. Block glitch on this. Out to nothing. Nice. There's one Love Shadow thing that is the Bedrock Break, I think. It's not as old. There's a bunch of the really old ones have like or from Hot Bar Survival. Maybe do a weird thing here. Which ones of these are... That's still a dig. I think, yeah. Armor stem being used as a clock. Yeah, okay. It's also a dig. These are my the old clips I... Yeah, okay, so that's interior. I'm going to toss these in here and see how much I have. So I have about half as much as I need for the main station build, which is pretty good because then I can probably figure out like approximately the timeline here I want. Yeah, this needs to be way more. Like this can be split into so many different sections with different camera angles and stuff to actually see what's going on. Okay, so maybe not. What's the next thing now? That's just begging for like 4 different camera angles. Okay, yeah, we're not going to do this now. I need to apparently retake more than I thought here. So I think the last thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the entire thing that we have this far, which is one song. It's 3.5 minutes of the video or something, but it's like it's still it's something. All right, let's do this. Should I keep my camera on? I guess I can keep my camera on. Or maybe I'll let you have the entire like view of the entire thing. We'll keep chat on. Doesn't cover much. You can kind of see on this timeline, that's how much we've done of the video.
Excuse me. Did I walk into your path? Did I stop your heart from beating? Take away your breath. I do it. From the moment we first met, there was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me out. sun, burning bright as day. Too much time to waste for this life I made. Too much time to waste for this life I made. Breaking through too late, is this now my fate? I knew it from the moment we first met. There was light in both our eyes. It was brighter than the day. So take me up. So take me up.
I'm very happy with that. There are a bunch of things that I would, if I would spend more time just like tweaking everything to be perfect, there's a bunch of stuff I would fix. Twitch desync could be yes. I have the audio. Well, it's set to low latency, so sometimes it will like catch up, and if it falls behind, it will try to like play faster to catch up, and music goes weird. The name is Flappy. I'm sure if nothing bad happened to Flappy in this build. Sure. All right. Well, that is everything for this dig, and that I think is going to be it for today, because we're going to hit another ad break and stuff, and there's very clearly the case that I will not be able to finish the rest of the video. But I'm pretty happy with it this far, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Bit of a different stream today, but hope you thought it was interesting. What is going on? Yeah, no, not finding stuff. Okay, let's... Wow, there's like barely anybody I know online. Let's head over to Darkfan. Should be fun. Thank you very much for today. Have a great rest of your day, night, morning, time, whatever time it is in your time zone. And I will see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.